In this lecture, we will gonna be creating the style of our uploading system. So let's just start it. We will have to add the file. So for instance, we have to save it with the name of style.css, and we are going to save an upload folder, the same folder which we are working on. Now it's saved. We have to include it in our main PHP index file. So we will gonna say link href, and as long as you are working on the same folder and your file is in the same folder, not in the subdirectory, not outside the folder, you can directly use the name to access it. And you will gonna say relation would be style sheet. What's happening with me? Now we are all good. Let's start building style. So in here we will gonna start with body. So for body we will gonna say body, and let's start. For body we do not have to do anything else except give a background color, and we will gonna say the background color would be D2 and D2. It is the code for HTML color. Now we all set for body. The next thing that we will have to style is the main. The ID is main. We have to style this div, so we can access through ID main. As you can see, ID and ID. For ID we use hash, for classes we use dot in CSS. For main we will gonna first thing say margin 0 auto. What does that do? It's align the div in center. This 0 is the top and bottom, and this auto is the left and right side margins. Okay, width would be something like that. We can say 600 pixel. Height would be auto. Okay, padding, we have to give the padding so all the content inside this div do not touch the border of this div. So for that we will have to give the padding so it will little bit away from the border. Color we can say little bit gray. We will also have to do margin top 110. Background color, we will gonna say background color would be white. Now we have to give the box shadow. For box shadow we will say 0 pixel, which means center in left and right. Again 2 pixel for top and bottom, so it will be little bit from bottom. 0 would be center, and if you add plus 1 2 3 it will come down. If you add minus 1 2 3 it will go up. Same thing for left and right. If you do 0 it will be in center. If you use plus 1 2 3 it will go to the right side, and if you use negative 1 2 3 it will go on the left side. So this is how it works. Okay, and we have to give the glow of 17 pixel, and we will have to give the hard line of -6, so because we do not need the hard line. And the color that we will gonna do is black. Border radius, it will be round the edges of the div, and the border radius we will gonna say 12 pixel. Border 1 pixel. Solid F2 F2 F2. Okay, we are done for main. Now we have to style the drop section, the main one. The ID is drop section, so let's just start it. ID, we use hash drop section. Okay, let's start. For drop section we will gonna say width exactly 100%. So the 100% means 600 because it is the child and it is the parent. As you can see, the main is the parent. All these divs and elements are the child of the main because they are inside. So when we say 100%, it will get the height of the parent and apply it for the child. Height would be 210 pixel. And line height, if you probably know what line height do, line height make the text or whatever inline things align center vertically. So for that we have to give it the same as the height, so it will be making all the inline elements center because we have a text here. As you can see, drop here, it is a text inside the drop sec, so we will have to make it in center vertically. For vertical we will use line height. For horizontal, we will gonna use text align center. Now we have to give the color C2 a very light gray. Font size, we will gonna use font size something like 26, I guess. Cursor, we will gonna say cursor would be no drop, and the border, so it will highlight the thing. So for that we will gonna use 4 pixel dash f2 f2 f2. Okay, so I guess we are pretty much done. Let's save it and let's see it. This is the no drop mouse cursor. As you can see, we have this space and this space little different. Why is that? Okay, let's fix it out. As you can see, we told the browser to use 100% width of our parent. So parent width is 600 pixels and it apply padding of 12 pixels. But 600 here, and we also add the border 4 pixel left and right and top and bottom. We do not have to worry about top and bottom because the height is auto of our parent, so it will increase the height according to the child height. Child height is 210, so we only have to worry about the left and right border. So we add 4 border, so it become 8 pixel and the height is 600, and it plus the border it will become 608. So we have to fix it. We will gonna use calc. It is the function, CSS function, which minus 8 pixel from 100. So it will reduce and make it perfect. So let's just save it, go again, check it. As you can see, both spaces are same. The next thing that we have to do, we have to hide this because we do not have to show it to user. We will gonna use this button. When user click this button, it will pop up this feature. We will trigger this, so we do not use this. So let me just hide it. Simply go there and we have to capture the ID of this button. This field. ID is button data. Okay, for button data, let's just go there and say hash for IDs, and we will gonna simply say display none. Simple as that. Okay, now we have to style button, the button we will gonna use to trigger this file. So let's just start again, hash for IDs, and now we have to style it. We will gonna say width because we need a big button which catch the user eye. We will gonna say 100%, the same as the parent. You see parent 600, it will also catch the 600. As you can see here, this is also the child of main. Okay, let's start building height. We're gonna say 50 pixel, and color we will say white. Background color, that's the thing, we will gonna use blue color, and I already have copied all the codes for color, so I do not waste your time. Now we have to give border 1 pixel solid, and we will gonna use dark blue. Now this time we are going to give the margin. Last time, as you remember, we gave 0 and then auto, left right auto, top and bottom 0. But this time we need a margin of top and bottom a little bit, so we will gonna use 20 pixel, and for left and right to make it center we will gonna say auto. For next we will gonna use the cursor pointer because this is clickable. Border radius always, so I always give a border radius to round the edges. Okay, so we are pretty much done. Let's just go and preview that. Perfect. So we have done button so far. Now we have to add the hover effect of that button. So for that, what we have to do is to go and create the ID button sec. And for hover effect, you all know that we will have to use hover. It's a CSS attribute. All we have to do is to just change the color of background and the border. Just color dark blue. Okay, 7:4. Yeah, that's the thing. And now border color. Okay, the border color would be a bit more darker than the background, so it will visible. All set. You see? Okay. So far we have done the button. Now we have to do the progress bar, I guess. Yes. So let me just create the progress main style. For that, progress main. In progress main, so far we do not have to do any style because it is just a container which will hold progress bar, cancellation button, and let me show you so you can understand. Progress bar, cancellation button, and result. So we do not have to do anything for that, but in later we will have to make it display none because it will only appear when the process will ongoing. So for now we can skip it, and the next thing that we have to do is to style the progress section. It's ID, and for that we have to, okay, now one thing I want to tell you, as you can see, progress section and cancellation button. If you remember the demonstration that I showed you, progress section and button are in the same line. So for making those in same line, we'll have to float it left, and we will float the cancellation button to the right, so they will come on the same line. We could also use some other things, other techniques in CSS, but for now we are just using this one. Width would be, let's say, 500. Height would be, height we can say 20 pixel. Okay, no problem about that. We also want to give the margin bottom 20 pixel, and we can say background color, that's the important thing, the same which do not have pretty much difference between white. Then border radius 4 pixel, I guess. Border radius done, and now box shadow. This time we do not want to use the outer box shadow. This time we use inset. The border, the box shadow will become inside the div. So we're gonna use 0 from left to right, 1 pixel from top to bottom, 2 pixel glow, and we are not gonna define anything for dark age, and it will consider as a default 0. RGBA color, for we are gonna use in alpha would be 0.1. That's pretty much it. And one thing I want to tell you, as you see, box shadow is the HTML5 attribute. So for different browsers, we can use the prefix of different browser to make it work on all browser perfectly. For Chrome, we will gonna use WebKit. For Mozilla, we will gonna use Moz. For Opera, we will gonna use O. For Microsoft Internet Explorer or Edge, we're gonna use MS. So it will work for all the browser perfectly. WebKit for Chrome, Moz for Mozilla, O for Opera, and in last MS for Microsoft Internet Explorer. And now we have to style this one, progress bar. So it's a class, keep in mind that progress bar, float left, and width we will gonna with it 0 pixel because we will gonna control it from JavaScript, so we do not have to worry about it for now. Height would be 100%, font size 12 pixel, it would be a little okay. Line height 20 pixel, cool. Now color would be white. Okay, now text align, what's be included, center always, background color we will gonna say blue. Okay, box shadow again inset 0 from top left right, -1 from top to bottom, 0 glow, RGBA 0 0 0 and 0.15. Add the transition as well, transition, and transition would be applied for width because we will gonna change the width using JavaScript. Transition is also HTML5 element, so we will have to give the prefix to each of them. For now I'm just giving the WebKit. Okay, we are pretty much done here. As you can see right now, if I load it, you see this is the progress bar with the nice, and if I increase the height side, you see it's increasing, but we need a straps. So what we have to do, we have to background image WebKit we will gonna use for Chrome for now. WebKit linear gradient. For the first parameter we will gonna say 45 degree, means it will turn it into 45 degree, and then RGBA color, and for RGBA color we will gonna say 255 255 255, and alpha would be 0.15. okay, and it would be 25%, as well as transparent, and for transparent it would be 25% again. Okay, let me make it a bit better for you so you can see it in a better way. Now the third one would be transparent, and then RGBA it would be again 255 255, and the same values that we applied before. 50% again RGBA color, so for that we have to copy it up, come here, and this time we will gonna use 75. We will gonna say transparent, done. You can again do this for all the browsers. You can just copy and change it time to time after each step. And then we have to add background size 40 pixel, all good. If I increase the width, you see the nice straps. And one thing that we just forget, I guess, radius. So just gonna go back here, and section border radius, we did it here, and we have to do it for this as well. Okay, so what left? We will gonna do result in next video, but we will gonna style cancellation now, because cancellation do not require a lot. Color white, background color would be red, and width just 100, or make it 90. Height would be 30 pixel because it is button, the height should be big. Display inline block. Border box shadow would be none. Border, we do not need border at all, and border radius would be 6 pixel, I guess. 6. Margin left, let's say 10 pixel. Position would be relative, and top. Cursor cn-btn hover. Just have to change the background color red, border color. Now we are done. Take care for now.